What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Trout Wrangler Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Garrity. This guy back there, that's our show's vibes curator, Mr. Maverick. Got a cool episode today. We got Mr. Ben Sweat. Um, Before we get into this episode, I want to thank our show partners. We got Afueta Coffee, Yeti Coolers, Free Fly Apparel, Trout Routes, and if you want to if you want to get a month of Trout Routes Pro for free, check out the show notes. You go click in there, you sign up, gives you a month free of Trout Routes. So go check that out. Also, check out Cordina Eyewear. Cordina makes some fantastic shades. I bought myself a pair of the Lowlanders, and they are awesome. They're fantastic, dude. I mean, with the blockers in or not, they're great shades. I really like them. Check out the show notes for a link to save some free shipping, or just use Rise Flies CLT at checkout to get some free shipping on all of your Cordina orders. Really cool episode. Like I said, Ben Sweat. And as soon as we finish up this interview, I'm going to get to editing this, and then we're leaving to head down to Charleston, South Carolina for Soulfly Fest. Waiting for my girlfriend to get home at 5 o'clock, and I will be saying goodbye to her. I still need to pack a few things, honestly. I still got to pack, period. So I'm going to do that quick, hop on the road, drive on down there. We're doing a little fishing in the morning. Doing a little fishing. So be on the lookout on the social page. You might see some clips a little bit later on. But awesome time. I can't wait to get down there into the low country. Come check it out if you're in the area. There are tickets available, I think, still. Come down and see Mountain Grass Unit. I kept saying Green Sky Bluegrass. It's Mountain Grass Unit. The Stews, Leon Meissen, and Bandito. But next up is our interview with Ben Sweat. What's up, guys? Like I said in the intro, we do have an interview today. Ben, for listeners who may not know you yet, can you kind of introduce yourself and share about a little bit about what you do?
Yep. So, name is Ben Sweat. Born and raised out of Clearwater, Florida. Was an ex-athlete, specifically soccer player, for the past decade. Retired in 24, and now I currently am an avid fly angler, photographer, and I work for an outdoor tech company called Bird Dog. And basically, we started as a hunting Airbnb service, and we kind of just help landowners make and save money on their property. So I run all the community marketing for that company right now.
Interesting, dude. So do you do any hunting yourself as well, or you just work for the company?
I just work for the company. I enjoy the bird hunting, like the upland
Yeah,
stuff and the dove stuff is pretty fun, especially to go take photos of. Um, but we do a lot of fishing as well,
yeah,
fly fishing, freshwater, and salt. So I kind of stick to that because I know
yeah.
about it. You know.
That's what it's tough to juggle it all, dude. Because it's like when you're younger, you usually get into like fishing, and then it's like you have buddies that are like, "Oh, dude, like pick up a bow, let's start hunting." I'm like, man, the
Yeah.
fishing's good in the fall. It's like I got a bow, but it's like it's
Yeah.
collecting dust back there, and I'm like, you know what? If it's a nice day in the fall when the deer are probably going to be moving, it's like I want to be chasing a brook trout or something like that up in the mountains. And it's like when it's cold, I'll chase deer. When it's warm in the fall, I'll chase fish. So it's
well,
tough to juggle.
the archery stuff's like the fly fishing on land. You know, it's a little
Oh
more
yeah,
methodical and very technical. So it's one or the other. I don't think you can do both, right? It's pretty difficult.
yeah, dude, it's tough. It's way too expensive to do both. I just got to take a pick here soon and it's
Yeah,
probably going to be
yeah,
fly fishing. But it's like,
yeah,
so I have a big group of buddies, and he actually has a massive piece of land down in Pageland, South Carolina, and it's a farm. And it's like me, a bunch of my buddies from college, and a bunch of my buddies from high school. We all meet down there. We call it deer camp every year. And it's like all our buddies now from college are friends with our buddies from high school. And we all go down there. And it's like that's really the only time I even picked up my bow last year. And it's
yeah.
like when I did, it's like, you're down at deer camp with all your buddies. It just turns into slugging beers instead of deer.
Yeah, it's not that serious, and you're probably shooting a couple bows straight up in the air and seeing who can stand there the longest before the bow comes down. That's the game, right?
Dude, that we've actually done that one night. It just an absolute disaster. Like it came so close to hitting one of our buddies that it's like we're never doing that again. Like,
Hey, but you did it. You survived, and now you can talk about it and just never
yeah,
do it
now
again.
we can
Kind of one of
talk
those.
about it.
Yeah.
It came. I shit you not. It came that close from coming straight down on one of my
Oh
buddies.
my god.
We're all
That's
sitting there and we're
nuts.
like, Jake, you take one more step, dude. That thing's taking you out.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
we're, dude, like, I'll look at all of us. I'm like, we're never doing that again. And my buddy who owns the property was like, dude, yeah, that is the last time we're ever doing that.
Yeah. He's gonna make you
And
sign waivers now when you go down
yeah, but dude, so like, where did your connection to the outdoors kind of begin?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Clearwater, Florida. We weren't too far away from the water at all. So a lot of my time when I wasn't playing sports, it was boating, fishing, beach. Whether it's Lake Tarpon, which was right there, or Clearwater Beach, one of the nicest beaches in the country, I had access to. So a lot of my time was spent in the water. And then by the time I got to like 8 or 9, I had a good buddy, and him and his dad, I would fish with him probably every weekend on the saltwater side.
Yeah,
Um, and that like really, helped me grow on that side of it. And then we used to have a pond in my neighborhood that my dad would take us to, and you'd catch bluegill and bass. And that's probably where it started, was like the freshwater pond in my neighborhood. And then it like blossomed into the saltwater stuff. And then I started to do it on my own because I was traveling with soccer. So my season to fish was like November, December, early January before I'd be
yeah,
shipped off for 9 or 10 months. So, um, and then I didn't pick up a fly rod till maybe 7 or 8 years ago. My older brother was the first one to commit to it and put his spinning tackle in the garage and never picked it up. Picked up a fly rod, got really into it. I got my first fly rod during a Christmas maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I tried it for a little bit, and I was like, man, I want to catch fish. I'm going to pick up a
yeah,
spinning rod, right? But then like eventually I got to a point where I was just like, I caught a lot of fish. Like it started to shift where like it wasn't just about catching the fish. It was kind of about the culture, the experience, the difficulty of catching the fish, and really like trying to hunt these fish differently than what I used to. Um, and then I kind of shifted to started to get to like 50 and 50 with the spinner rod fly. I would always have
yeah,
one each on my paddleboard or boat wherever I'd go, and then it shifted to like full fly fishing because I love the culture behind it. I love the experience behind it. I love the preparation, the skill level of it, and I think the shift was like I wanted a challenge as an athlete, and now I kind of I'm in a place where I want a challenge as an angler.
yeah,
Um, and I love it, man. Like
yeah,
I cannot pick. It's so funny because I thought I would. I occasionally pick up a spinner rod, maybe once or twice a year. Maybe throw a topwater spook on or something like that, and get some
yeah.
topwater eats. But I just love having a fly rod in my hand now, and now I'm at a place where I'm really good. So it's like second nature.
Yeah. I feel like everybody goes through that transitional, like when it goes 50-50, and
Yeah,
then you're like, all right, I got to jump into either or. Like,
yeah, yeah,
all through high school and college, that's how it was for me. It was like 50-50 because I was on our high school and college's bass fishing team. And after high school, I went to East Carolina, fished there, and then ended up going up to the mountains. But like in between all these, I was like fly fishing for like panfish and bass and like neighborhood ponds, like you're saying, in the middle like of. But then all the stuff like bass fishing tournaments would start back up and it just collect dust. And it was just like a
Yeah.
giant constant door of like fly rods collect dust, got to go and pick the bait casters back up, fly rod collects dust again. And then I moved down to Florida and I bent my prop shaft and didn't want to get it repaired because I was like, I really don't feel like waking up at like 6 o'clock to go and bring my boat over to the like the marine warehouse place to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
worked on before work and then pick it up the morning after when it gets
Yeah.
done. I was like, I just don't really feel like doing that. So it's like, you know what, I'm gonna get into saltwater fly fishing. And went and picked up an 8-weight. I don't know if you've ever been to Sodium Fishing Tackle out in Crystal River.
I haven't. I'm aware. I'm aware
Yeah.
of it now. Yeah.
So I went in there and grabbed a Reddington Path and just started beating down the banks in Crystal River, going down
Yeah.
all these little hiking paths and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I ended up moving back to Charlotte, getting the boat fixed, and kind of bass fishing again. And then all of my rods got stolen out of my truck. After
Bass
a
rods?
Wednesday, all my bass rods
no.
ended up getting stolen out of my truck after after a Wednesday nighter, and I was just like, I really don't have the mental capacity to want to replace all of those. So I was
That
like,
was
you
a
know what,
sign right there.
I've been wanting to do it. So I was like, I'm just gonna go full fledged into fly fishing, like.
Yeah, that was your sign to start
That was
fly
my
fishing full
sign.
time.
Some dude's probably sitting under the Highway 16 bridge crossing Mountain Island Lake fishing with all 10 of those rods right now.
Yeah, catching
Like,
12-pounders on them.
yeah, he's like, damn man, these some nice rods. But like I was just like, you know what? I got more money in fly fishing rods and flies now that it's probably about way over any amount of money that I spent on any of my bass stuff. It's
Yeah, it's
wild.
like it goes back to the hunting, fishing because they're both expensive hobbies.
Oh yeah.
So I have people I know that hunt, fish, and play golf, so their budgets are very large. So
Yeah.
for me,
I
my
have
investment is into fly fishing.
I
You got
have
golf
that.
clubs too.
Yeah, dude. I have a horrible like. Dude, see now the thing that for me that I work at a golf course on the maintenance team, so at least I
Okay.
get to play golf for free at like 10 courses around here and hit balls for
That's
free.
amazing. That's
Yeah, so
amazing.
I still golf because of that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, fly fishing's it's also intimidating, and
Very.
you need a good intro to it. You need a good experience to it because it could be crazy frustrating. Line getting tangled up, trout
Yeah.
setting. Well, I get a lot of clients that have fly fish for a long time, but on the freshwater side,
Yeah.
then they come down here to the coast and it's way different. You're not mending your line. You're not just picking up and dropping. You're making 30 to 50-foot accurate shots on sliding
Yeah.
fish and having to lead those fish or hit a school on the outside so you don't spook the school up. So it's like you definitely need a good guide, or you need a good instructor, or you need to just practice a ton
Yeah.
to get good and comfortable with it. And then it's just like it is probably the most fun you could have while fishing.
Oh,
is throwing
yeah.
a fly.
100%, dude. Like, that was my thing. Like, when I moved down to Florida, I used to go and fish the Space Coast a lot. And,
Yeah.
like, there are those ditches that are just absolutely chock full of tarpon down there.
Right.
I had to sit for like 3 or 4 days and really try and break like that trout setting habit. But like once you
Yeah.
break it, you're like, all right, I can pick it up and do it again. And now I kind of like see that now
Yeah.
to where like I think when I go out tomorrow on a flood tide, I'm not gonna trout set. I just got a strip set. I know
Yeah.
like I'm gonna get at least one eat and I'm gonna trout set.
Yeah.
And I just need somebody to like don't effing trout set. Like
Yeah.
just scream in my face because that's what the dude
Well-
that taught me how to saltwater fly fish did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to just like remind yourself, like you see the fish, you have to like, I kind of like run myself as a reminder through these things, what kind of cast am I making? What kind of presentation? And then don't trout set.
Dude, it's crazy. But it's like one of those things, it's how kind of fishing evolves like through the years. And it's one of those things, it's like, a lot of people go from like bass fishing, like we were just talking about, to like fly fishing. And I see people like that have habits of doing a lot of stuff like bass fishing as well, to where like I brought one of my buddies fly fishing for the very first time like 2-3 weeks ago, and I saw him like he got a bite on a dry fly, and I'm talking he cranked down on that fish, and just absolutely that I swear that fish that he hooked went over his head,
And
and
just
I'm
ripped
like,
him out of the water.
just
Oh
ripped
my
him out of the water.
gosh.
I'm like, dude, you don't want to like set the hook like you're bass fishing, but like you kind
Yeah.
of want to throw a little force and pull up when it eats,
Yeah.
but you don't want to like wham like you're Mike Iaconelli.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
like,
Skid him out of the water. Yeah.
yeah, dude, they're water skiing across those
Yeah. Water skiing.
all the
Yeah.
rocks, but like
Yeah.
it's one of there's all these hard habits to break in like the
Yeah.
outdoors. And,
Yeah. I think the argument I have with that too, though, is like, I don't know if I'd be as good as an angler if I only fly fished when I was growing up. I
yeah,
might have been a really good fly fisherman, fly angler, but I think like I grew up doing live bait, cut bait, artificial,
yeah,
top water, jigs, like all these different things. And I think it's given me this like well-rounded ability to catch fish. And now to
100%.
just do it with a fly rod, it's you're understanding the presentations better, the casting, the patience, kind of all these different pieces, and you're
Yeah,
able to like feed these fish more
right,
comfortably because you've done it
dude.
before on spinning.
It's one of those things too, like you're talking about. Like, dude, I feel that going from bass fishing to fly fishing, reading water and like kind
Yeah,
of realizing those little nuances of, all right, it's overcast or the water's stained. Having that little advantage from like, all right, like high pressure system coming in, like
yeah, yeah,
what'll they be feeding on? I'm gonna like reading water and stuff like that. That is kind of
exactly.
almost it carries over. And
Oh yeah,
I found myself now like one of my buddies is still very big into bass fishing, and he'll be like, "Hey man, you want to go fish?" I'm like, "Yeah man, I'm gonna bring a fly rod though." And he's like, "Oh dude, let's do it." He's like, "I'll bring a fly rod too."
yeah,
But like even then, it's like those fish are gonna be in the same spots they are when you're sitting there throwing, say, like a Arky style jig at them,
yeah. Right.
then in a fly too. Like I found myself catching fish on a deceiver in the same places
Oh
that I
yeah,
was catching them on like a jerkbait, like catching spots
yeah,
on a shoal on Lake Norman where I threw a jerkbait in high school and college. It's super fun to kind of like see that. You're like, damn man, like I wonder if they just never seen this presentation on Lake Norman before.
yeah,
But then you're like, all right, we just got to break down the water like we do bass fishing. And
yeah.
it's
And
but
like, and the fly fishing is like, it's quiet, it's sneaky. People like don't realize you don't need to have a big like these huge fish eat small flies.
yeah,
Tarpon, for example, the flies they're eating aren't big flies.
no,
Um, so the presentation is so quiet. It's this ninja hunting technique, and it's really cool that you get to be that quiet on these fish, and they give them this interaction with your fly that's so natural that they don't even
yeah,
know what just happened most of the time when you strip
yeah.
set.
Dude, yeah, they kind of like lose all. That's what I've seen, dude. It's like they lose all function when like you actually strip set on like a decent looking bass. It's like, damn, dude, like that
Yeah,
was kind of crazy how it just kind of didn't even do anything. Like it didn't even go on one really big run
yeah,
until it realized it was hooked like 20
yeah,
seconds later.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's so much fun to do. Dude. Like I don't know if where you're at the cicada hatch. Have you ever chased
No,
big bass on a cicada hatch, dude?
I have not. No.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's so much fun. It's like I might back in my box back there. I got a cicada fly, so like when we have a big cicada hatch, you throw a cicada dry fly,
Yeah.
and dude, bass will tear it up.
Just go bonkers. Yeah.
They'll go bananas for it when the cicadas
Yeah.
are hatching, dude, and it's so much fun to do. And it's that same thing, dude. Like we used to go and do it, put kayaks in neighborhood ponds. There was this two neighborhood ponds. It was in a neighborhood arrow plantation when I was younger. Dude, we thought it was like the mecca for big fish in high school. And dude, like we would get trespassing warnings, like trespassing in there. And we realized the cops won't do anything if we went out there in kayaks. So we
Yeah.
all bought kayaks because we
Public water,
realized
yeah.
we
Public
realized that the
water.
cops couldn't do anything to us if we were out in the middle of the water.
Yeah, yeah.
So we go in there with like cicada dry flies and just tear them up. I'm talking like anywhere between like 2 to 4 pound bass, just tearing
Oh,
it
how
up.
fun
Like,
is that?
dude, it was so much fun. But it's like a
Yeah.
very, very small window to do that, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, dude. But it's kind of like you've built a presence around fly fishing, like with your content creation and stuff like that. When did that become part of something you did? Because it's like
Yeah.
it's tough, dude. I am the worst about filming content when I go out and fish.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I always loved the idea of content around my social media, and I built a personal brand just because of soccer. And then like I retired, and I wanted to continue posting and trying all these different things and working with brands still and being an ambassador for brands and trying to just figure out how to continue that brand, knowing that it was going to change from soccer to my other passion was fishing.
Yeah.
Um, so ironically, I didn't pick up a camera till about this time last year.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, and I fell in love with it. And when I like things, I want to get good at things, and that's
Yeah.
I get a little addicted, a little over addicted, and I just got possessed with like wanting to get really good on this. I got a Sony A7 IV, all my lenses, so I had everything, and I just kept practicing, practicing, practicing. I was always on the water fishing with my buddies, seeing all these things, right? So the one thing with photography that I learned quick is like you have to you have to know when the moments are coming and seeing things before they happen, right? So
Yeah.
I was always on the water and I saw all these things. So now that I had a camera in my hand, I was able to like kind of capture these moments, whether it was the catching or the fun experience in between, the before, the after, or the lifestyle images. And I like invested a lot of time with getting good on the camera. And now I just love it. I think I always have a camera with me wherever I go.
Dude, that's something that like I'm starting to do too. Like I got my mic sitting on my Nikon camera case right now,
Oh yeah, there
but
you
it's
go.
like I have the 4 lenses, and I'm just like I usually fish alone to where I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna wear a camera
No,
that expensive on my neck around water.
yeah, right.
And like knowing me how klutzy I am, I'll bend down one time and that thing's
Yeah,
going in the drink. I'm like, dude.
yeah, yeah,
But like finally, like this weekend, I'm probably gonna bring it and snap some pictures just because I know I'm gonna have like a dry well on the boat. So I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah,
I'm actually gonna take some legit pictures this week and actually see if half of them come out good. I guarantee you 98% of them suck. But like those four that are gonna be good, I'm like, hell, all right, that's not
yeah.
bad.
That's what it is though. I mean, if it's like if you don't have a line in the water, you're not going to catch a fish. If you're not
Right.
taking a crap ton of photos, you're probably going to miss a moment.
Yeah.
So it just and then it comes down to the editing process and like getting one photo out of 100 is that's fine.
Yeah, dude.
Um, but I love it, man. Like I get more joy out of being sitting on the center console and having my buddy pull and my buddy fish and taking photos than I do catching fish nowadays. That's kind of
Oh,
like the shift. I
I
love it.
bet, dude. That's just
You know?
something cool too. Like the amount of the cool thing about photos, I think, and this is why I kind of want to get into it more and more. A photo can tell you can tell so many stories off of one photo.
Yeah,
Like it's something cool, and like I know you were talking a second ago about like those in between moments where it's like say you're at like hunting camp or fish camp and y'all are all slugging beers sitting around the fire, like that
yeah,
picture you show to your grandkids, your nieces, nephews 10 years down the road, there's automatically going to be a story to that photo.
yeah. Right, right.
like like your buddy Jimmy could have got tore up that night, and it teaches a lesson at the end of the day. Don't drink Fireball on an empty stomach or something like that.
Yeah. Well, it used to be. It used to for me. It used to be like I would have such a short window in my off season to catch fish, so I would have this mentality: I have to catch fish. I have to catch fish. And now I've retired, and my mentality completely shift. Where like I don't care if I catch fish. I just want to be out there.
Yeah.
I want to have that drive down to South Texas, coffee, listen to podcasts or music. I want to get on the boat with my buddies, and I just want to have a great day. And then reflect on it on the drive home. And if I were able to capture it with photos, like it's just fishing and hunting. It's not just about the catching or like what you are hunting. It's about everything before and during and after that, right? The
Yeah.
full experience. So that's
100%.
what's cool about the photography piece.
Oh yeah, dude. I know you were talking about playing soccer earlier. Like you played for the U.S. men's national team at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, 2018, I had my first cap. Ironically, in Tampa Bay, my hometown.
Oh wow.
So I went to the University of South Florida, played four years there, and my first training session with the men's team was on the University of South Florida men's soccer stadium. So it was like this full rounded circle back to it where all my friends and family came to my debut game versus Columbia, and it was just like you couldn't ride it, man. And I'm forever grateful that I got that opportunity, and it just was the coolest thing.
Dude, did they do a little piece on that like during the Columbia game? Because I think
Yeah, my
I remember seeing that.
yeah, my videographer at the time from New York City FC, where I was playing, came down and did a piece on it, which was just super cool. And now it's like back to the photography talk. Like I get to have that and reflect on that piece for the rest of my life and look at how
Yeah.
young I was, almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is
Dude,
crazy.
that's pretty dang cool though. I never realized that it was on the USF field because I remember
Yeah.
watching that US Columbia match. 'Cause it was a pretty big match, wasn't it?
Yeah, we ended up getting, I think we lost 4-2, maybe 4-3. Before I got subbed in, James Rodriguez scored one of the best goals I've seen. So, and then it was like, okay, Ben, you're in. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know.
James Rodriguez was a staple to my FIFA 17
Oh
ultimate
yeah,
team, dude. And
yeah.
then he just kind of fell off. Remember,
Well,
dude?
he had
Like,
some injuries. He was bouncing
yeah,
around. Even now, he's with Minnesota, right? Minnesota United right now in MLS, and I think his contract was only till when he was leaving for the World Cup, and he had the choice to either come back after World Cup or not. So I think even then he's still up in the air. But
he's a
he's a
beast,
leader.
dude.
He's a beast. He's a leader. Even if he doesn't have the quality as he used to have, you still want those guys around that have been there and done that at the highest level.
Oh yeah, dude. Everyone, dude, like he went crazy during that World Cup too. He went nuts.
Yeah, the goal off the chest and the volley, the
Yeah,
chip
dude.
versus Japan. I mean, he was lights out.
Filthy,
Yeah,
filthy.
yeah,
But dude, like a lot of people don't realize how big soccer's getting now. Dude, like we live 20 minutes from where the Charlotte FC play now. They
yeah,
had a game last night and the whole stadium was full,
yeah.
just
I know.
absolutely chock full. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, damn, people got to work on Thursday, and
yeah.
it's like full, dude. And
Well, it used to be like the weekend games would be sold out.
yeah,
Now you're starting to see such a huge influx during the week, and now midweek games are getting 20 to 30,000 in their stadium. So you
yeah,
can see where the trajectory of that game is going, which is what you want.
yeah, dude, it's definitely what you want, dude, and it's cool. Like we went, my brother and I went to go see when Inter Miami came, and it was the first year Messi was here, and
Yeah,
all he did was literally sit back there and just walk across the line.
yeah.
And he had a couple where he came up and almost scored, and the stadium was going nuts,
Just losing it. Yeah, yeah,
losing it, dude. And
yeah,
it was cool to see. And then we went to another one. It was like July 4th weekend, and no one was there
yeah,
because everyone was like at the lake boozing
yeah,
or somewhere
yeah,
like the beach. And my dad, who's predominantly, he's a big football guy, like American football guy.
yeah,
My dad was like, "Dang, I don't want to come back to another." I was like, "Dad, I promise these are a lot more fun when there are people here, and you're
yeah.
down in like the supporter section and people are throwing beer on you."
Oh yeah, yeah,
And but like, yeah, we were way up there, and but like, dude, the Charlotte FC games are fun. I like
yeah. They
going
got
to
a
them.
they got a great crowd,
They
and the
do.
supporter sections are like the most supporter sections are like the waste management tournament where they are just
Yeah,
hooting and hollering, shirts off. rain
Yeah.
or shine, drinking and slinging beer. Like they're fun. They're fun.
Oh yeah, dude. So on your U.S. men's national team, was that a Landon Donovan year?
No. I was way after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was way after him. He
Yeah.
was. I can't remember when he retired. But yeah, that was that generation before me. Landon
Yeah.
Donovan,
Tim
kind of
Howard.
Gucci Onyewu, Tim Howard. Um, yeah, that was. God, he must have been done maybe 10 years before,
Damn, dude. I
10
didn't
or 12
realize
years
he was
before. Yeah,
retired that long.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I know Tim Howard. Tim Howard maybe played 1 or 2 years, and I played against Tim Howard in 2017 when he was with the Rapids for a little bit, maybe 2017 or 2018, and then he was done pretty recent after that.
Huh.
So he hung. The goalkeepers tend to hang on a little bit longer,
Yeah.
not having to run around so much.
Dude, I'm surprised Manuel Neuer's still playing.
Yeah, I know because he's like a goalkeeper slash center back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's a beast as well though.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
dude, so whether you're kind of like shooting media or out fishing, what are some pieces of gear that you never leave the house without?
So I have one camera body right now, the Sony A7 IV, and I'm looking to get another camera body because I do find myself I don't have time for video. I don't really mess around on the video side of things.
Yeah.
So I would like to get a Sony Alpha and just have two camera bodies. That way I'm getting, because when you're on a skiff, it's so narrow. You need a wide lens. So I always start with a wide lens, and then throughout the day, I'd put on I have a Tamron 35 to 150 millimeter lens so that I can do more landscape, or if I could do close-ups of redfish tailing or stuff like that. Those are, if I could have like a second camera body, that would be ideal, so I don't have to switch, especially when it's like misting or foggy or water slapping around a little bit. But I shoot one camera body right now, three different lenses. I got a Sigma 14 to 25, Tamron 35 to 150, and then a Sony FE 100 to 400. Always need those, and then I always need hand rags to wash the salt off my hands from catching fish and then picking up a camera. That's it.
Yeah.
I think the rags are the most important piece when you're on the saltwater.
Is it? See, this is my first time bringing my camera onto saltwater tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are there any helpful hints so that I don't fuck this thing up?
Clean all your lenses and your camera body the night before, and then if it's going to be a hot or humid day, don't leave your camera and your lenses inside when it's cold, because you'll go out first thing and your camera and your lenses will be fogged up for a good hour
Oh,
or
damn.
so with that temperature change. I made that mistake actually 2 weekends ago, but we were in an Airbnb. I did not want to leave my camera gear outside. But that's the only that I would say. And then just knowing what you're going to shoot, because it's not easy or always fun to change gear on the boat, like while it's moving or whatever, and you don't want to miss a shot. So figure out like what you want to shoot in the morning when it's low light, during the day when the sun's high, and then end of the day. That way it's just a little easier.
Okay. Damn, that actually is gonna help me out a ton. So kind of like, what's coming down the line for you here and in the future?
Yeah. So I got a lot of fun stuff. I got a lot of fun stuff I'm doing with Nam. I just had a fun tarpon shoot a couple weekends ago down in South Florida with Greg Deeney and Patrick Duke, which was really fun to do that. I got a big White River Trout Club trip coming up in a few weeks, where I'm taking 8 clients out on the White River for some big old brown trout. I'm really excited for that. And then just South Texas in general, man, we're starting to get into finally late spring patterns and some consistency. We just had 2 cold fronts back to back, end of April, early May, which is like super late season. So the fishing hasn't totally heated up yet, but you're starting to see these fish kind of school up, get together. That water's up again with all these south winds pushing water in. So those fish are starting to push in these backcountry bays and ponds and stuff like that. So fishing is going to get really good here. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Nice, dude. So are you running a hosted trip up to the White River Trout Club?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be a blast, dude.
I'm excited for that one. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
really
dude.
excited for that one.
That's got to be a good time to get behind the camera and hang out and do that too.
Yeah, and just a different scenery. Like it was so fun to go in the Florida Keys and shoot different looking water and backgrounds.
Yeah, I
Then
bet.
like South Texas is so consistent and flat across the board, and now I get to go in like a beautiful river, and so it's nice to change the scenery and shoot and challenge myself with some different kind of backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, dude. How'd you guys do down in the Keys?
We landed one fish, smaller fish, probably like a 45, 50 pound fish. But we saw a ton of fish, and
Yeah,
they were Greg was pre-fishing for the Herman Lucerne tournament, so we were kind of just bouncing around. I think we covered, we might have covered maybe 150 miles that day.
oh
In
my
water,
god.
just bouncing around and kind of checking out areas and seeing what was happening. We had a big west wind that day too, so it was you were kind of wide open to that, and it's not as fun getting beat up with a west wind on the Gulf Coast.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but we had a great time. Drinks,
Oh yeah.
stories, good food. So that adds to it, right?
Oh yeah. That all adds to it, man. Especially
Yeah.
down there. There's so much history and cool
Oh yeah.
little nuances
Yeah.
about the Keys where
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett and that whole crowd and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
one thing I've always wanted to do. Like once I've got a little older, is go down there and just see
Yeah.
that whole thing about all that is sacred. Um, you ever seen the Yeti film, All That Is Sacred?
No, I have not. No.
Dude, check that out. That's a pretty
Yeah.
sick Yeti film. It's about it's about Jim Harrison, um, Tim Brodigan, and all those
Yeah.
guys. And then how they hung out with Jimmy Buffett and got hooked on drugs and tarpon fishing all at the same time.
Yeah. That's
Dude,
cool.
it's a pretty sick little film that
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And I watch it on a weekendly basis. If I wake up a little too early, I'll just throw
Yeah.
that on and hang
I'm
out.
surprised I haven't seen that. I used to love the Yeti short films. Those things were
Dude, they're sick.
masterful. Yeah.
All
yeah.
of them are. Dude,
Yeah.
and then Sims used to do them too. Remember?
Yeah. Right.
Sims used to do them with Casey Ashley on the Elite Series and stuff. Those
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
are really
Oh, yeah.
good too. But my last question on every podcast. So I have a running playlist on Spotify.
Okay.
I give 5 songs, and then you give 5 songs.
Okay. Let's
And
go.
I can go first, or you can go first.
You look like you're ready, so you go first. But this won't take me long to pull up here.
Sounds good. I had to find the playlist first. Mine's all across the board today. My first one. We got new Drake coming tonight at midnight. So I said another late
Okay.
night, Drake and Lil Yachty. A classic.
Okay.
I'm kind of pumped.
Let's
It's the only rapper release every 5 years that I get pumped for.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
And then Intergalactic, the Beastie Boys.
Classic.
Oh yeah. Louisiana style, Tab Benoit.
Okay.
Cicada song, Mountain Grass Unit, because they're playing
Okay.
at Soulfly this weekend. And I actually love bluegrass music. And then Gray Hairs on Mama's Head, Leon Meissen. Same reason.
That's a good little playlist across the board.
Yeah.
I do have a good playlist of 2000s. But I think what I grew up on was a lot of reggae,
Yeah.
especially when I got into later high school, college, like the Revolution, Iration, Through the Roots, The Green, all these guys, Fortunate Youth. And then when I got here to Texas, I kind of dabbled in country a little bit, but I'm going to give you 3 reggae songs and 2 country songs.
Perfect.
The 2 country songs are Feathered Indians by Tyler Childers,
Great song.
Midwest Memoir by Tyler Nance, 2 Tylers.
Midwest Memoir.
Midwest Memoir is a great song. And then we're gonna go a couple Slightly Stupid route first. I'd have to say Collie Man and Sweet Honey are some classics on the Slightly Stupid side.
Calling Man.
Collie, Collie, Collie Man,
Perfect.
classic. And then I would say my favorite artist is Stick Figure. Um, so I'm gonna have to say one of his newest songs, "What a Feeling" by
That's a
Stick
good song.
Figure, a great song. And then how many is that? Is that 4, 5?
I think that's 4.
Okay. And then I'll put a new song out there by Iration called "Show You," SHOYU. It's off their new album, so I'll give them a little shout out on the new album they just dropped like a week and a half ago.
Let's see. SHOYU.
YU.
They might not have that one on there. Let's see.
These are just feel good songs. My wife would describe it as I'm falling asleep, but they're feel good songs.
Oh, got it. Here it is. Found it. Yeah, dude, my girlfriend hates my music taste. We'll be on like a long ride, and I'll listen to like jam bands and
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of Widespread Panic. My girlfriend's like, you have the weirdest music taste.
Yeah.
But
To be honest, 5 songs is tough though. Like, cause I have a punk rock playlist too of old Blink
yeah,
182 and Sum 41 that I listen to on a daily basis when I work out. Old Linkin Park. So
oh yeah,
it's like trying to say what's your top 3 favorite movies. I couldn't do that.
yeah, it's
I have
tough,
so many.
dude.
It's really
See,
tough.
like it's kind of a little bit of it gets you thinking a little bit to round it out. That's why
Well,
I
it's one of
like
those
it.
ones where like you say the songs and then afterwards when you get off, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I should have said this song. This song was way better. You take a
Yeah.
couple more. Yeah.
Dude, see what I'm gonna start doing here now too is I'm gonna make like a graphic for it. It's just another thing to post on the socials,
There you
Make
go.
like a
Yeah.
graphic of what I picked and then what the guest picked. It's just one of those things. It's kind of cool, but
Yeah, it's fun. It's interactive and it keeps the content going. Post
oh yeah, dude. But
podcast.
that's all I got for you today, man. You got any last
Sweet.
extra plugs you want to give?
No, this is great, man. I love this. I love chit chatting with good people, and it's just fun to talk about fishing and photography. Could talk
Heck
about it
yeah,
all day.
man. I'm gonna click
Yeah.
stop here, and we're gonna have to let some
Sweet.
tracks upload. Dude, anytime. What's up, guys? That was our episode with Ben Sweat. Like I said in the beginning, code RiseFlies CLT at checkout. Also, check out the show notes for the free month of Trout Routes Pro. Also, I will see everybody at Soulfly this weekend. I will be getting into town there tonight. I'm going to do a little fishing in the morning, do a little fishing Saturday morning, and it's going to be an all-around awesome event. Can't wait for it. I will be volunteering on Saturday. And then I think I'm going to be set up at the Cast and Drafts guys booth and the After Work Fish Club booth. Still trying to figure it out. Might record some podcasts. I'm just going to be amongst them. I'm just going to be meandering. But if you see me, come say what's up. Appreciate you guys. And if so, leave a review on the Apple podcast page. If you like these podcast episodes, personally, I think they fucking suck, but apparently some people like them. People keep listening, and I appreciate y'all for doing that. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Come see me at Cast and Draft, not Cast and Drafts. Come see me at Soulfly. At the Cast and Drafts booth with After Work Fish Club. Or wherever I'm at, meandering, just bebopping about. See some of y'all this weekend.